Hey guys, what I would like to do in this video is show you this. This is the Comica LinkFlex AD2. It is a portable microphone preamp that works with XLR connections and 6.35mm connections. Now an XLR connection looks like this. This is very common. It is what is used in microphones such as this. If you see a condenser or dynamic microphone that is on a boom arm or it's used by a professional, chances are it's using an XLR connection. But this also works with 6.35mm connections as well, which is the type of cable you will see used with guitars, bass guitars, etc. So you can use it with musical instruments as well. This provides 48 volts of phantom power to the microphone if it requires it. This is actually a dynamic mic, but because I'm using it with a booster, an audio booster to get more gain, I actually need that phantom power. And all of that power comes from one 9-volt battery. Now this works with cameras and it also works with smartphones. So it's quite a flexible device and it's something that I've been looking to buy for a while. I think this is something I'll get use of. It's not something I use every day. This is a microphone I use every day, but out and about and lots of different situations, this can be very useful. Now I have purchased things like this before. I've got the Zoom U24. This is very versatile, but it's also very big and it eats batteries like you wouldn't believe. So I normally just keep this one plugged in. So what I like to do in this video is do an unboxing, show you what's in the box, show you what the device looks like, and then we can do some audio tests with the camera and with my smartphone to give you an idea of how this works. So this is the AD2. Quite a nice little box here for smartphone and for camera. So it's quite a useful little audio device, quite versatile. And you've got some features here on the back. You can see that it's got an XLR 6.35mm connection, universal for camera and smartphone, supports 48 volts of phantom power, audio preamp and gain control, mic, smartphone two-way audio monitor, that's very useful, belt clamp and magic tape design at the bottom. The size 70 by 53 by 102 millimeters and it weighs 109 grams. Now this will retail around $50 in the USA. So you can see here on Amazon.com just now, it's about $50, and in the UK a little bit more, £56.89 right now. But yeah, that's kind of the price range you're talking about £50, $50 or so. So let's get this open and we'll see what's in the box. So here we have the Comica AD2. We've got what looks like a warranty. Yes, that's the warranty there. We've got a little user manual, which a few different languages, Chinese and things like that at the back. But yeah, there's a good section there for English showing you how it all works. I will be referring to that. And then here we have the actual device. I really like this presentation. I think this is really nice. A little bit different. So yeah, this is the Comica LinkFlex AD2 and it's very small, very small. This is exactly what I was looking for, because in the car, when you're out and about, you do want something more portable, but even in the house, something more portable is a little bit more practical as well. And I talked about the Zoom U24 in the past. I've showed you this before in the past, and kind of works in the same way, as far as this is a microphone preamp. It works to convert an XLR connection to, an audio connection for your phone or for whatever. But you can see that, I mean, just look at them. Look how much bigger this is than this. It's ridiculous, really. It really is ridiculous. Now, it's maybe not fair to compare them like for like. This can do a lot of things this cannot, but I'm not using this in the way that it was intended. I'm just using this to connect an XLR connection. And that is what this is really all about. So you can see here you've got what looks like the mic there. Okay, so that's switching from the smartphone to camera. That's the mic, and that's phantom power. So mic, smartphone, camera, and then phantom power if it's necessary. And if I bring over the right connection, it will go just like that, and that's how you would connect it. Pretty cool. In the back there, you've got the space for a 9-volt battery. Let's see, get this the right way around. So my cheap ass Aerocell battery did not work. Why does that not surprise me? And when looking for my Duracell battery, I had a quick look at some things. Had a quick look at the cable length. It's actually quite good. It's about 110 centimeters, about 3.5 feet. So quite a good length, I would say, for a device like this. Also had a look at the manual, and the manual tells you what's in the package. Audio interface, the belt clamp, the magic tape, user manual, and the warranty card. And it shows you here the magic tape being used and the belt clamp being used. But what it also showed me is that this does not need a separate connection. Now, I looked at this and I thought, okay, this is a TRRS connection. This is what you would use with a smartphone. But I assumed you had to use an adapter. I assumed you would have to use something like this, which takes this TRRS connection and changes it to a TRS connection. But that is not actually what you need. You simply change it from smartphone to camera, and that will effectively change to a TRS connection. Now, I was really surprised by this. This is fantastic. That's awesome. I've not seen that before. And yeah, I was wondering why they didn't include an adapter or a separate cable. That's why. There's one cable that rules them all. So that's really, really cool. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Now, here at the side, you've got off, on, push to on. You've got your green light. And this is perfect for most dynamic mics, because dynamic mics generally don't require 48 volts of phantom power. But if you are using a condenser mic or any mic that does require that power, click up here and you'll see the red light. Very nice LED lights, I would say. You've obviously got your gain control here, mic input, you've got your audio there, and here is, I think it's audio playback and microphone monitoring. So you can put in your headphone and you can monitor what you're saying. So very, very small. Again, this is a very, very small device. I thought this was small because I was coming from a larger audio interface, and this was very small and portable. But this is next level. This is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it would have been handy to have perhaps like a USB connection to power this with USB, but it's not really what this was designed for. This is designed to be clipped onto your belt and allow you to connect a host of different microphones. It's important to realize as well that XLR is not just for bigger microphones. You can attach lavalier mics and a host of other mics using adapters such as this. This is the Rode VXLR Plus, and you can connect a lot of different things just through adapters, so you're not limited to larger mics. You can use lavalier mics with this. Overall though, I would say that build quality of this, it really is fantastic. I think the only thing I would have changed about this whole design though, I mean, I love the dial here. I think the dial is really nice. I love that you get the audio jack down here as well. I think that's all good, but what I don't like is the fact that the cable is fixed. I really would have preferred just a port with this cable being separate, and then, you know, if this breaks, you could just replace the cable. But they went for an all-in-one design, which, if you look after it, won't be a major problem. But I think long term with these kinds of devices, with any kind of device like this, I always prefer the cables to be separate, so that, you know, if a cable gets caught, if it gets cut, anything happens, you can just simply replace the cable rather than replace the whole device. But apart from that, I think this looks awesome. So what I'd like to do at this point is connect it up to the microphone that I'm using just now and show you in the camera and in the smartphone what this is like. So for the last hour or so, I have been doing lots of different tests. I've tested a few different microphones. I tried the different batteries. I tried a few different microphones as well, but I'm kind of limited to this Shure SM7B as my main microphone right now. But right now I am recording through the Comica LinkFlex AD2 with the Shure SM7B, and it's all being recorded with my smartphone. So the audio is all being recorded via this video clip, and yeah, it's all going through here. If I turn this dial down, and if I turn the gain back up, you will be able to hear me again. Now, I'll just show you the settings here via the smartphone. You can see that I've got phantom power on, I've got it selected on smartphone, and I've got the audio monitoring set to mic. Now, that's actually one of the best things about this little device. I didn't know that at the time, but That audio monitoring option doesn't work on the camera, but on a smartphone, what it allows you to do is switch from audio monitoring in your smartphone to playback, which means that I can record a clip using this smartphone, record the audio, and then I just switch it back to the playback mode and I can listen back to it. Now that doesn't sound like a big thing, but normally what I have to do is take the mic out, then listen to it and listen to the speakers through the smartphone. But this allows me to listen to it from the headphones, and all I do is just flick a switch. It doesn't work with the camera. I've tested it with the camera. I did a lot of clips as well, and then finally I looked back at the manual and it said audio monitoring remains on. You can't do playback via the camera, which kind of makes sense when you think about how cameras are used. Now, one of the reasons I did a lot of tests was because of the audio monitoring and because of this microphone. This microphone is a dynamic microphone. Most dynamic microphones don't require phantom power, but this one is notoriously hungry. This requires a lot of gain to get a clear audio signal. So what you have to do is use like a microphone gain booster, a preamp, and you can get a little bit of boost from this. You can get an extra 20 decibels above the the maximum volume level of your microphone, but this thing requires like an extra 40 or 50. And I am using this microphone right now, but because of the phantom power and because of this microphone, I'm getting a little bit of crackling through the audio monitoring, and the noise level is the signal isn't as clean as I would have liked. I'm going to raise I'll put the audio level, the gain level, down a little bit, and then I'm going to raise it up just to let you guys hear what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go down there. If I raise the gain level, I'll keep raising it, and you should be able to hear. So bring it back down. You should be able to hear a lot more kind of hissing and background noise. And I don't get that as much through my other audio interfaces, but I do realize that the crackling that I'm hearing through the audio monitoring is partly to do with the Fathead gain booster audio device thing, the phantom power and this microphone. I've had problems with this mic before. This does work really well with my other audio interfaces, but I have tried other devices and I did run into some problems with that. So it's a little bit annoying like that. But as far as getting the perfect audio level, this is where audio monitoring comes in. This is where, it's why this is here. You plug in your headphones and you need to try and get it to the right audio level, and it isn't an exact science. Sometimes it sounds great in your headphones, and I've did this through the camera and all that as well, and then you record it and then later on you realize you've given it too much gain, which means that there's a lot of noise in the background. There's a lot of kind of white noise, but the opposite to that can also be true. If you don't put enough gain there, it's too silent, and then when you boost the audio level, yeah, you've got even more noise. So it's a kind of fine art trying to find the right audio level. And those of you who would be buying a device like this will know as well that the noise floor and the perfect gain level is different for every single microphone. It's different for every single setup, and it's different for your smartphone or for your camera. You need to set up everything differently. You need to test everything, and this is where audio monitoring comes in. Now, the reason that I am saying with conviction that this microphone is not playing well with this as far as audio monitoring goes, as far as a little bit of crackling in my headphones and all that, is because I also tested my lavalier mic. Now, this lavalier mic, unfortunately, doesn't work too well with this, in that the noise floor is quite high. But the reason I'm pointing this out is because I am not hearing any crackling or any kind of interference at all when I use this microphone. This lavalier mic with this adapter is kind of fidgety. It does have a large noise floor, but I didn't get any interference. I didn't get any crackling with the audio monitoring, which is making me believe that, yeah, the audio monitoring, the crackling that I'm receiving through this microphone is partly due to the Fathead here and the phantom power. Phantom power that's going through it. But there's not really a big problem for me because I wouldn't use this microphone with this. This is a portable device. I would be more likely to use this with a lavalier mic or something like that. I'm going to test the Comica with the camera soon. Now, I've did some video tests with this earlier, but I'm going to do it again for you guys and show you how it works. But what I'd like to do at this point is change this connection here, the cable, the SM7B, and put in my lavalier mic. So I'm going to put in the lavalier mic now. So the lavalier mic is now on, and well, you can hear what I'm talking about. Hear that noise floor? That is because of this microphone, which is down here. If I'm down here, I can put the noise floor down. I can put the gain level down, sorry. You won't hear as much background noise, but I really have to get close to the microphone. This is kind of a problem with this lavalier mic as well. I've had problems with this with other audio interfaces and recording devices where the noise level is too high. There's a lot of white noise, there's a lot of hissing. But as I was saying earlier, I am not getting any crackling, any problems with the audio monitoring. And more importantly, there's no latency. There's no like lag. When I talk, I hear it instantly. There isn't like a delay. There isn't anything like that. The latency with the audio monitoring is perfect. No problems there whatsoever. So yeah, unfortunately, this lavalier mic doesn't work well with it. But I've had the same problem with my other audio recording device, so it's more to do with the actual mic than this device. What I'd like to do is just now is put in my Shure SM7B again, and then I want to connect it to this camera and just show you how that aspect of it works. So I'm now recording with the Shure SM7B again. I'm going through the Comica LinkFlex AD2, but my smartphone is not connected. Everything is going through the camera, my Canon M50, and you can see it there. And this cable goes all the way down to the AD2, and you can see that I've got the position switch from smartphone to camera. This audio monitoring is actually on, but it doesn't matter what I do here, I can continue to hear audio. And this is actually advised in the manual. There's a note down here that says that in the camera output mode, the switch does not work and only the microphone real-time monitoring works. Which kind of makes sense because that functionality is really designed for the smartphone. It allows you to switch from monitoring to playing back audio so that this kind of works just as a kind of, a throughput to your phone so that you can hear the audio. You could even listen to YouTube music videos and all that through that. You can listen to music, watch videos and all that through that if you had it back in playback mode. That kind of makes sense. And it makes sense that you don't have that functionality with your Canon. Now in my Canon, I do have a few different options. I have an auto recording mode. It's kind of what I normally use with my phone because there's not many apps out there that allow you to change your audio. But right now I don't have it on auto because what it would mean is that if I was moving the gain level up and down, it would adjust to that and kind of keep the audio level consistent. I've got it in manual just now because that will allow me to put it up. Put it down. I can increase it all the way back up again. But again, you will run into the same problems. If it's too high, you need to bring the audio level down. There's a very high chance that you could be peaking. The noise level will be higher. From my end, I'm still hearing a little bit of crackling and all that. But again, it's down to this microphone and the FET head and the way that this is powered. It just doesn't seem to play nice with this particular device. But I don't think I'd have any problems with another dynamic microphone that doesn't require phantom power, to boost the audio level. I don't think that would be a problem. How I am planning on using this, I don't think this is the kind of device I would use with, I'll bring it down. I don't think this is the kind of device that I would use with a larger microphone like that because I think there's better solutions out there for that. I think the fact that this is portable, the fact that, it's got a belt clip and you can take it with you, it makes it more practical to use with a lavalier mic. So I'm looking at different lavalier mics just now, but if I find a good one, I could probably use it with this and put it through this and get really good audio quality through my smartphone or through a Canon camera. On the subject of this, little device and the way that it's powered, it is portable. I would have liked to have seen USB charging, perhaps a lithium-ion battery in there. I know that that's not always the perfect solution, but USB charging would have been good. A way to charge it via micro B or USB Type-C would have been handy as well. But they've opted for a 9-volt battery. 9-volt batteries are fairly cheap to buy. As far as battery life goes, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at this point because There's a lot of different factors to consider. The brand of the battery, for one, how often you're switching it on and off, whether you're using it for hours or, short spells, and whether you're using the 48 volts of phantom power or whether you're not using it and you're just using like a dynamic mic. So my guess is that I'll get like, minimum 10 to 20 hours, but perhaps even longer. It's hard to tell. I've read a lot of kind of statements about specifications and battery life with different devices. Sometimes they're much longer, sometimes they're much, much shorter, and it's kind of a crapshoot, if I'm honest. You just have to test it yourself and see what works and what doesn't. I'll just turn this up a little bit more. See, how does that sound? Overall, I would say that this is a very, very useful device. It's not perfect. It's certainly not the perfect audio interface. I would say that the quality of my Zoom U24 is much better, but I would also say that this is significantly larger and less portable. This isn't something you're going to clip onto your jeans. This is. And, this is, something that always happens. My larger, heavier audio interface is the best. You go down to the Zoom U24, it's still very good, but not as good. More portable, but then you get something even more portable, and again, the gain level and the noise level and all that, it's not as good as the other devices. But this is the thing, it's a portable device, so there's always sacrifices to be made. And again, it comes down to what I was saying earlier on, where you do have to mess about with the gain level, you do have to mess about with the dial to try and find the right level for your microphone and your device, whether you're recording through your smartphone, your camera, your action camera, whatever you're recording through. I definitely think, though, that this is a useful thing to have around. I would have liked to have had a few different mics to show you guys, to show you how it works with a dynamic mic that doesn't require phantom power. But on the whole, I think that this is something that, a lot of you would get use out of. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave a link below to the Amazon listing page. This has been the Comica LinkFlex AD2. I wouldn't mind testing out some of their other products in the future. They've got a few other mics I wouldn't mind testing, so I'll maybe pick up something in the future. Overall, I do like the device. It's a very simple device. XLR or 6.35mm cable at the top. You've got a dial in the middle. You've got green for power, red 48 volts for phantom power. You've got the switches down the side. You've got the headphone jack for audio monitoring. But the thing that really does annoy me, I guess, the most is this cable being fixed. It's quite a good length at 3.5 feet or so, 110 centimeters or so, but I would have really have liked that cable to have been removable, so that if for any reason the cable gets damaged, you can just replace it rather than having to throw it out. This is a mistake I see a lot of audio companies making, but it's something that is worth pointing out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you've got any questions about this, please do let me know. I hope you've enjoyed this audio test. You will hear everything good and bad about this. I'm hearing a lot of crackling right now, which is why I did a lot of switching around with different headphones and different things. But unfortunately, this is a problem with this mic with different audio recording devices. So thanks for watching. This has been the AD2, the Comica LinkFlex AD2 via my smartphone and via my camera. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and let me know what you think about it down below. Until next time, take care.